Denis Villeneuve wants all the smoke. He wants it with Warner Brothers. He wants it with the HBOMax streaming service. And apparently he wants it with the MCU. Bruh, he said all y'all movies is like the same.
Gracias por ver La Esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. Consider subscribing to one of the realest pop culture channels out there. Director Denis Villeneuve wants smoke with the MCU. He was asked some questions about Dune, because Dune is about to release soon. And then Warner Brothers also said that they'll give him Dune 2, regardless of how the first Dune performed. So Dune fans rejoice. We're going to get a sequel. They were asking him questions on the set and all stuff like that. And he was being very candid about how he feels about the MCU. Villeneuve has called out the films for feeling too much alike without containing nearly as much variety as they ideally should. Look, I won't tell you how to react to this news. I clearly want to support him. Here's the quote. Here we go. He says, "There are too many Marvel movies that are nothing more than a cut and paste of others." He says Marvel movies are cut and paste. Now, this isn't the first time that the MCU has been under attack from a prominent filmmaker. Martin Scorsese, a couple years back, also criticized Marvel movies. He called them amusement park films. He said they're not cinema. They're not cinematic. They're just cut and paste type of films. And here's Denis Villeneuve calling them cut and paste carbon copies of one another, for lack of better words. It's another prominent filmmaker coming. And then we've had other actors and stuff like that. Like there was an actor, I forgot his name, but right before Black Widow came out, he came out and said, "I would hate to be Scarlett Johansson right now. She's stuck doing this trash Marvel movie that doesn't have any substance to it. She's not acting. It's terrible. I would never do it." And sure enough, Black Widow turned out to be what it was. But it's like, man, why is it that so much of Hollywood elitists and even just regular people in Hollywood who have just regular jobs seem to have such a negative outpour on Marvel MCU movies? Where does that come from? It's the MCU formula. I mean, we all know what time it is, bro. We watch these Marvel movies. I'm a Marvel fan. And even though I don't like the fact that hearing that Marvel movies are not taken as seriously in Hollywood, because I feel like some of them should be. Black Panther should be taken serious. I think Eternals coming out should be taken seriously in Hollywood. That thing looks purely cinematic. It looks like they're making the transition. It looks like Feige has heard the outpours of Scorsese and Eternals is coming out and they hired Deborah Chow to do this. Or is it Chloe Zhao? Chloe Zhao to do this so it could have that cinematic look and that cinematic value to it. You know what I'm saying? It looks like Marvel's hearing the complaints and actually you're listening to people like me, like Denis Villeneuve and like Scorsese and like many of you who want something more to their MCU movies than just the typical MCU formulaic type of film. Now, what's the MCU formula? The MCU formula is a film that's bright in colors, rich in CGI, tons of jokes, little quips and one-liners, and ties to another MCU movie that doesn't have too many stakes and is not graphic and adult in nature at all. That, my friends, is the MCU formula. Now, how many movies in the MCU? There's over 20 movies in the MCU. And how many of these MCU movies fall under the MCU formula? I would say about 85%. Aside from Black Panther, Avengers 1 counts. Aside from Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Civil War, and it's a stretch on some other ones. All of the other ones are in the MCU formula, in my opinion. Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, the whole entire Ant-Man trilogy that's coming out, Captain Marvel, Black Widow. What else is out there? Guardians, I already said Guardians. Doctor Strange, Thor, Ragnarok. Whew, all MCU formulaic type of films that make you feel like you're watching the same movie over and over and over again. I can't tell the difference if I'm not a Marvel fan. Now, non-Marvel fan, mind you, if I'm not one and I watch Ant-Man and I watch Ragnarok, I can't tell the difference between those movies. They look like the same franchise. They look like the same exact freaking shit between Captain Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy. It's all the same shit. It feels that way. A lot of the Avengers movies feel the same. So I understand why people say that. Homecoming, oh my God, you talking about formula. Formula while robbing that hero of his spider sense and bravery. That shit crazy. No epic swings. That's what we're talking about here. Iron Man. Whoo! That Iron Man. So it's the MCU formula that they're talking about. And Denis Villeneuve is not wrong. As a Marvel fan, he is not wrong. In fact, he is absolutely 100% correct. That taking myself out of it. Let's talk about Star Wars. I mean, episode 7, 8, and 9. 7 feels different than 8 and 9 because 7 is very much more safe and campy and copycat. It's just incredibly unimaginatively safe. And there's no creativity in that at all. It's bland. I feel like I'd rather have burnt toast with jelly on it than with jelly and ham than just trying regular old bread with butter on it, untoasted. I know that the bread with the butter is going to be good because I know what bread and butter tastes like. But I would appreciate the creativity and the try. I would want to explore the burnt toast with the jelly and the ham on it. You know what I mean? Episode 7, trash. 8 and 9 are more different, and they're equally trash. What I'm trying to say here is that 8 and 9 feel the same. 7 feels a little bit different, but they all feel the same when you look at them because they're all trash. And a lot of that has to do with the MCU. Ant-Man and the Wasp is trash. It's probably the worst MCU movie. Captain Marvel 2, when Captain Marvel 2 comes out, we'll put that at the bottom because we know that's going to be SJW, LGBTQ, rainbow people filled trash movie. Agenda all the way. But Captain Marvel is trash. Bottom of the barrel. Thor Ragnarok, Thor Dark World, Ant-Man, Iron Man, Ant-Man. What you want to do? You could mix and shuffle these things, put them at the bottom of the stack, and make sure you ride Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. For me, Avengers 1, Black Panther, Civil War, Winter Soldier. There's no coincidence that me and you, I don't know who's watching me, but I'm talking to you. Me and you have 3 of the top 5 movies in our top 5 MCU movies. Guaranteed. 90 percentile. Why is that? It shouldn't be that way. There's over 20 Marvel movies. Why do many of us have the same top 3, top 5 Marvel movies? Why is often people's top 3 Civil War, Winter Soldier, Black Panther, or you could throw in Avengers 1. Avengers 1, Black Panther, Civil War, Winter Soldier, and the 5th one could be your Endgame or whatever the frick you want to do. Why is that? Why did I hit at least 3 of your top 5? Those 5 movies I named: Civil War, Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Avengers 1, and let's use Iron Man 1. Why did I just name at least 3 of your top 5? And I don't even know your top 5. It's because most Marvel movies are copy and paste. They are formulaic. He's telling the truth. And there is something wrong with that. Diverse it up a little bit. That's why I'm looking at Eternals, baby. Eternals is going to be the best MCU movie of all time. That's how I feel. Cinematic value galore. That score. The characters. You got a Marvel Superman in that motherfricker, bro. Woo! Cast him as Superman if Henry Cavill don't want the job. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm Jody Joe. Subscribe to this channel and I'm out this thing. Deuces.